Y'all keep asking me about Meghan. Let me be clear, I don't know her, and yes, I ignored her request to be in my film. But tonight ain't about her. This moment exists because of Catherine, her heart, her grace. I applaud and bless the new King and Queen of England, William and Catherine. Most people assumed the royal family's drama had simmered down to whispers and occasional tabloid flares. King Charles on the throne, Prince William preparing for his future role, and the Sussexes carving out their California life far from Buckingham Palace. It all seemed predictable, almost routine. But then came Tyler Perry, the Hollywood powerhouse whose words could build empires or tear them apart. One star-studded night at the BET Awards under the glaring lights of Los Angeles, he stepped up to the microphone. The crowd expected his usual blend of humor and inspiration, but what unfolded was something far more explosive. The evening had been electric, filled with celebrations of Black excellence in entertainment. Perry, dressed sharply in a tailored suit, accepted an honor for his contributions to film and philanthropy. As he spoke, the audience leaned in, sensing the shift in his tone. He started with gratitude, thanking mentors and collaborators. But then he pivoted. Now listen, you all keep asking me about certain folks in the spotlight. He began, his voice steady but laced with an edge that silenced the room. Let me be clear, I do not really know her like that. And yes, I did turn down her request to be in one of my films. That is just the truth. The murmurs started immediately. Everyone knew who her referred to. Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, once a close ally to Perry. He had housed her and Prince Harry in his Beverly Hills mansion during their tumultuous exit from royal life in 2020, even becoming godfather to their daughter Lyot. But tonight was not about rehashing old favors. This event, this moment exists because of something real, something heartfelt, something sincere that came from Catherine, the Princess of Wales. Perry continued. Her grace, her compassion, her commitment, that is what built this. That is what we are here to honor. The applause was tentative at first, then grew as the implications sank in. Perry was not just praising Catherine. He was drawing a stark contrast. And before I step off this stage, I want to say this from my heart. I celebrate, I applaud, and I bless the new King and Queen of England, King Charles and Queen Camilla. May their reign be one of love, strength, and peace. But the subtext was clear, especially when he added a nod to William and Catherine as the true future. The room erupted, but outside the media storm was just beginning. Social media exploded with clips, hashtags trending worldwide. Had Tyler Perry just humiliated Meghan on a global stage? And why praise Catherine so fervently? The answers lay deeper in tangled histories and unspoken tensions. Keep reading to uncover what led to this bombshell. As the night wore on, insiders whispered about the backstory. Perry's relationship with the royals had always been complex. He first connected with Meghan through mutual friends in Hollywood, offering support during her Megxit crisis. But rumors had swelled for months about growing distance. Reports suggested Meghan had approached Perry for a role in one of his upcoming Netflix projects, only to be politely declined. Sources close to the production claimed it was a business decision, but others hinted at deeper frustrations. Perry, known for his non-nonsense approach, reportedly felt used in the past, his generosity taken for granted amid the Sussexes' high-profile ventures. Meanwhile, Catherine's quiet involvement in charitable causes aligned with Perry's own work in uplifting underserved communities. Though never publicly detailed, there were accounts of private correspondences where Catherine expressed admiration for Perry's films that tackled social issues like domestic abuse and poverty. This mutual respect had blossomed into a subtle alliance, one that Perry chose to highlight that night. The contrast could not have been sharper. One woman seen as gracious and committed, the other painted as opportunistic. The palace remained silent, but royal watchers noted the timing. With King Charles facing health whispers and William stepping up, Perry's words felt like an endorsement from across the Atlantic. What would this mean for the fractured family? The fog was lifting, revealing cracks that ran deeper than anyone imagined. Deep inside the glitzy world of Hollywood, tensions had been simmering long before Perry's speech. Tyler Perry, the self-made billionaire behind hits like Medea and sprawling Atlanta studios, had always navigated fame with a blend of charm and steel. His friendship with Meghan began in 2018 when she reached out amid her royal struggles. Perry, moved by her story, offered his home as a sanctuary. It was a gesture of solidarity, one that made headlines and cemented him as a Sussex supporter. But as years passed, cracks appeared. Insiders revealed that Meghan's requests had grown. First, it was security advice, then introductions to industry heavyweights. By 2024, she allegedly sought a cameo in Perry's latest drama series, hoping to leverage their bond for a Hollywood comeback. Perry, however, prioritized his vision, turning her down. It was not personal, he insisted privately, but the rejection stung. Whispers spread that Meghan felt betrayed, especially as her own projects like Archewell faced scrutiny. Perry, ever the diplomat, stayed quiet until that fateful awards night. On the other side of the ocean, Catherine, Princess of Wales, had been quietly building her own narrative. Known for her poise amid personal challenges, including a cancer battle in 2024, she focused on early childhood development and mental health. Perry, whose foundation supported similar causes, found common ground. Reports from 2023 detailed how Catherine's team reached out to Perry during a U.S. visit, praising his work on family dynamics in films. This sparked a correspondence, one that evolved into mutual respect. Perry saw in Catherine a genuine advocate, untainted by scandal. The awards ceremony was no accident. Organizers knew Perry's speech would draw eyes, but none anticipated the royal twist. As he prepared, Perry reflected on his journey from homelessness to Hollywood mogul. He valued authenticity, something he felt Catherine embodied. Meghan, in contrast, came across as scripted in recent interviews. When he stepped on stage, the words flowed naturally, but the impact was calculated. The audience gasped at the Meghan mention, but cheered for Catherine. Backstage, phones buzzed with reactions. Royal aides in London monitored the fallout while Sussex allies scrambled. The media pounced immediately. Headlines screamed of betrayal. Tyler Perry turns on Meghan, praises future Queen Catherine. Social platforms divided, with some hailing Perry's honesty, others accusing him of ingratitude. But why now? Sources suggested Perry grew weary of being dragged into royal feuds. His speech was a line in the sand, aligning with stability over drama. As the storm brewed, questions arose. How would Meghan respond, and what secrets from their shared past fueled this? The palace walls seemed to echo with anticipation as a transatlantic divide widened. To understand the weight of Perry's words, one must trace his extraordinary path. Born in New Orleans in 1969, Tyler Perry endured a childhood marked by abuse and poverty. His escape came through writing, inspired by Oprah Winfrey's advice to journal pain. Starting with stage plays in the 1990s, he built an empire targeting Black audiences, often ignored by mainstream Hollywood. By 2019, his Atlanta studio spanned 330 acres, rivaling major lots. Forbes named him a billionaire in 2020, a testament to grit. Perry's foray into royal circles began unexpectedly. In 2018, he penned a letter to Meghan amid her media scrutiny, offering support. Their bond deepened when the Sussexes fled to Canada, then California. Perry provided his $18 million mansion, complete with security, allowing them privacy. He attended Archie's christening and became Lila's godfather in 2023. Publicly, he defended them, calling media attacks racially motivated. Yet strains emerged. In 2024 interviews, Perry hinted at boundaries, saying friendships require reciprocity. Rumors of Meghan's unmet requests, like studio access for her Netflix cooking show, surfaced. Perry reportedly declined, citing scheduling. This clashed with his image as a generous mentor. Meanwhile, his admiration for Catherine grew. In 2022, during her U.S. tour with William, Catherine visited a Boston charity, echoing Perry's work. Though no direct meeting, praise followed. Perry's speech echoed this shift. By blessing Charles and Camilla while elevating Catherine, he signaled allegiance to tradition. Analysts noted his conservative values rooted in faith, aligning more with Catherine's understated service than Meghan's bold activism. The humiliation angle stemmed from context. Perry's dismissal of Meghan's film request felt pointed. Fans dissected clips, noting his firm tone. What did this mean for Hollywood's royal divide? Stars like Oprah, once Meghan allies, stayed silent, fueling speculation. As reactions poured in, Perry remained unfazed, focusing on upcoming projects, but the speech had unleashed a torrent. Tabloids dug into past favors, questioning if Perry felt exploited. One source claimed he regretted the Godfather role amid Sussex controversies. The narrative painted Perry as disillusioned, turning to Catherine as a beacon of resilience. Her quiet strength mirrored his own rise. The storm intensified, drawing in global voices. Would this fracture heal or deepen the rift? The answers lay in the unfolding drama. The core of the media frenzy was Perry's perceived slight against Meghan. His words, though measured, carried the sting of public dismissal by admitting he ignored her film request. Perry exposed a vulnerability. Meghan, striving for independence post-royals, had pitched ideas blending her advocacy with storytelling. Perry's no was not just rejection. It was from a supposed friend, amplifying the hurt. Reactions varied. Sussex supporters decried it as betrayal, pointing to Perry's past aid. "He housed us when no one else would," Harry said in spare. Critics argued Perry owed nothing, his generosity voluntary. The speech's timing, amid Meghan's low profile after 2024's mixed Archewell reviews, felt opportunistic. Some speculated Perry distanced himself to avoid backlash from Diddy associations or his own controversies. In contrast, Perry's praise for Catherine highlighted differences. He called her compassionate, tying it to the event's charity focus. Catherine's Shaping Us campaign, launched in 2023, emphasized early years, resonating with Perry's anti-abuse efforts. Reports of her private donations to U.S. causes, Perry supported added credence by dubbing her the new queen in spirit. Perry elevated her mom of protocol, irking traditionalists but thrilling fans. Meghan's camp responded subtly. A statement emphasized ongoing friendships, but insiders revealed dismay. Harry reportedly reached out. Conversations tense. Publicly, Meghan focused on philanthropy, attending events sans drama. Yet, the speech reopened wounds from her royal exit where she felt unsupported. Perry's pivot symbolized broader Hollywood fatigue with Sussex narratives. Media amplified the divide. UK papers hailed Perry's sense. US outlets debated loyalty. Social media battles raged with #Team Catherine trending. Analysts saw it as cultural clash. Meghan's activism versus Catherine's diplomacy. Perry, as a bridge, chose sides. What secrets did he hold? Rumors of strained calls post-exit hinted at deeper issues. The humiliation was not just words. It was a public unraveling of alliances. As the dust settled, questions lingered. Could Meghan rebound, or was this a turning point? Amid the chaos, Catherine emerged as the unintended victor. Perry's endorsement painted her as the monarchy's savior, a woman of grace under fire. Her journey from commoner to princess mirrored fairy tales, but with real grit. Born in 1982 to middle-class parents, Catherine navigated university, where she met William. Their 2011 wedding captivated billions, but challenges followed. Media scrutiny, family feuds, health scares. Catherine's strength shone in 2024, battling cancer while mothering 3. She returned to duties with poise, focusing on causes like mental health fireheads together. Perry's praise aligned with this, calling her commitment real. Insiders revealed quiet collaborations. Catherine's team consulted Perry on diversity in early education films. His nod to her as future queen bypassed William, subtly emphasizing her popularity. Public response was overwhelming. Polls showed Catherine's approval, soaring especially in the U.S. Fans shared stories of her kindness from hospital visits to charity galas. The speech humanized her, contrasting Meghan's perceived ambition. Royal experts noted it bolstered the Windsor amid Republican calls. William Protective reportedly appreciated the support, but shadows loomed. Critics accused Perry of opportunism, tying it to his Netflix deals. Catherine stayed above fray, issuing no comment. Her actions spoke. A 2025 Christmas Carol service emphasized unity. The triumph was quiet, fitting her style. As media dissected, Catherine focused forward, embodying the resilience Perry admired. What would this mean for family dynamics? The palace buzzed with possibilities. The speech rippled through Buckingham Palace like a shockwave. King Charles, ever diplomatic, monitored from afar. Sources said he viewed it positively, reinforcing stability. Camilla, blessed directly, smiled in private, but tensions with Harry complicated matters. Charles hoped for reconciliation, but Perry's words widened the gap. William reacted with measured gratitude. Close to Catherine, he saw the praise as deserved. Insiders noted his relief amid ongoing Sussex barbs. Anne, the no-nonsense princess, reportedly chuckled, appreciating Perry's candor. Other royals stayed silent, but whispers suggested approval. Harry and Meghan's side fumed. Harry, protective, felt the humiliation keenly. Their Montecito circle rallied, but cracks showed. Allies like Opera distanced, focusing on her brand. The reaction highlighted isolation, once Hollywood darlings, now facing backlash. Global voices chimed in, celebrities divided. Some defended Meghan's trailblazing, others lauded Catherine's elegance. Politicians stayed neutral, but cultural commentators debated race and class. The inner circle's response shaped the narrative. Unity for the Windsor, defense for the Sussexes. As dust settled, a decision loomed, bridge or burn. The aftermath unfolded like a whirlwind, sweeping across continents and igniting one of the most intense media frenzies in recent royal history. Headlines bled from every corner of the globe. Perry slams Meghan at BET Awards, crowns Catherine as true queen. Within hours, the speech clip amassed millions of views on platforms like YouTube and TikTok, where users dissected every pause and inflection. Social media erupted into chaos with #TylerPerry speech rocketing to the top trends worldwide. Memes proliferated, often pitting the two duchesses against each other in viral edits that contrasted Meghan's bold activism with Catherine's serene diplomacy. Supporters of Perry hailed his raw honesty as a breath of fresh air in celebrity culture, while fierce critics decried it as veiled misogyny, accusing him of fueling unnecessary division between powerful women. Tabloids and online outlets feasted on the drama, dredging up intricate details from the past to fuel the fire. Stories resurfaced about Meghan's alleged demands during her time in Perry's Beverly Hills mansion, painting her as entitled in stark contrast to glowing accounts of Catherine's humility and behind-scenes charity work. U.S. talk shows like The View and late-night segments on Jimmy Kimmel Dove head first into debates, with some panelists labeling the incident a redux of royal racism narratives that had plagued Meghan since her palace days. Perry himself faced a barrage of backlash on X and Instagram, where Sussex loyalists flooded his posts with accusations of betrayal, especially given his role as Lyot's godfather. Undeterred, he stood firm, firing off a series of tweets emphasizing authenticity and the importance of speaking from the heart, which only amplified the discourse. His popularity took a hit among diehard Sussex fans, leading to boycotts of his films, but it surged elsewhere, particularly in conservative circles and among royal enthusiasts who saw him as a defender of tradition. Public opinion underwent a seismic shift as the storm raged on. Fresh surveys from outlets like YouGov and Pew Research revealed Catherine's favorability ratings climbing to new heights. Bolstered by Perry's unsolicited endorsement that positioned her as the monarchy's relatable future, Meghan's numbers remained steady but increasingly fenerized, with her supporters rallying under hashtags like #StandWithGhan to counter the narrative. Charities associated with both women experienced unexpected donation spikes. Catherine's early childhood initiative saw a 20% uptick, while Archewell's mental health programs drew renewed attention amid the controversy. The storm laid bare deep societal divides. The clash between entrenched tradition and progressive modernity, amplified by cultural commentators on podcasts and op-eds who analyzed the racial undertones and gender dynamics at play. As the frenzy intensified, lingering questions hung in the air like storm clouds. Would Perry issue a clarifying apology to mend the apparent rift, especially after hints of reconciliation at events like the 2025 Baby-to-Baby Gala, where he and Meghan crossed paths? Or would more explosive revelations emerge, perhaps from leaked emails or insider accounts of their fractured friendship? Whispers from Hollywood suggested Perry's comments stemmed from frustrations over unpaid debts or unreciprocated favors, as reported in outlets like News Nation, adding layers to the humiliation. The public backlash not only reshaped perceptions of the royals, but also spotlighted the precarious nature of celebrity alliances, leaving everyone wondering if this was the end of an era or the spark of even greater turmoil. The echoes of Tyler Perry's electrifying speech at the 2025 BET Awards still reverberated through Hollywood corridors and royal drawing rooms alike. Perry, the unyielding architect of his vast entertainment empire, returned to his Atlanta studios with barely a scratch. His bold declaration not only reaffirmed his status as a truth-teller, but also sparked a surge in viewership for his latest projects. As fans dissected his words for hidden meanings, insiders whispered that his alignment with the traditional royals opened doors to new collaborations, perhaps even with British filmmakers inspired by his candor. Yet Perry remained enigmatic, focusing on philanthropy like his recent $4 million donation to support families amid SNAP benefit reductions, proving his commitment extended beyond the spotlight. Meghan, ever the resilient force, pivoted to fresh ventures amid the sting of public dismissal. Reports from Montedo hinted at intensified efforts on her archeral initiatives, including a potential Netflix cooking series that emphasized empowerment and cultural fusion. Despite the humiliation angle dominating headlines, she attended high-profile events like the 2025 Baby Gala alongside Perry himself, suggesting a subtle reunion that fueled speculation of mended fences or strategic optics. Whispers of her cameo in an upcoming film as a fictionalized version of herself circulated, showcasing her determination to redefine her narrative on her terms. But the scars ran deep. Allies like Oprah stayed notably quiet, leaving Meghan to navigate a polarized public alone. Catherine, the Princess of Wales, emerged with her star shining even brighter, her quiet triumph solidifying her as the monarchy's modern beacon. Her ongoing work in early childhood development and mental health resonated globally, with polls showing a spike in her approval ratings post-speech. Royal watchers noted how Perry's praise mirrored her real-life grace. From supporting King Charles in family decisions to honoring traditions like her poignant Remembrance Sunday outfit, paying homage to Princess Diana. William, standing firmly by her side, reportedly felt a renewed sense of purpose, their competitive yet supportive dynamic highlighted in joint engagements. The monarchy itself faced the future with bolstered vigor, Perry's endorsement acting as a transatlantic shield against Republican murmurs. King Charles and Queen Camilla's reign gained a layer of cultural legitimacy, especially in diverse communities where Perry's influence held sway, but the scars remained vivid. Family rifts between the Wales and Sussexes deepened, with reconciliation seeming more distant than ever amid ongoing tabloid digs and deleted party photos from events like Kris Jenner's 70th birthday bash. Perry's words ignited broader conversations on loyalty in fame's ruthless arena, the interplay of power between celebrities and crowns, and the cost of public alliances. What if bridges were rebuilt through private dialogues, or if new storms erupted from unresolved grievances? The world watched, breath held in anticipation. In the end, it was a timeless tale of choices forged in fire, regrets that lingered like shadows and hopes that flickered against the odds. Share your thoughts. Was Perry right to draw that line? How does this reshape the royals forever, and what hidden truths might surface next? The story, like the crown itself, continues to unfold.